Hello everyone and welcome to our lessons for this week. Reminder that for math class we have Zoom meetings on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. I hope to see you there. Also, thank you to students who attended last week's Zoom. I had a lot of fun doing the fruit warm-up with you. Thank you for your feedback. It looks like a lot of people really enjoyed that warm-up, and I had some requests to do more warm-ups like that in the future. So here we are. We're going to do another warm-up similar to the fruit warm-up from last week. And I also had some requests to do one featuring Peppa Pig. So here we are. Our warm-up today is called Piggy Power, and it has Peppa Pig and the Freckle Pig in the warm-up. I hope you enjoy my art skills. I did my best. Here, let's do some math. So today's warm-up again is called Piggy Power. It is May 11th today. So we're starting by writing down our title and the date. And we're solving for each of the pigs and then ultimately trying to figure out what the question mark is equal to at the end. For these problems, we want to take it one step at a time and then look for ways that we can use repeated reasoning to then fill in what we've learned in one part of the problem for the next steps. So what I like to do is I look at the different parts and I think, where is it that I could actually solve for one of the missing pieces? So for example, if I look at this one, it's really hard for me to know what each of these would have to be because there's two unknowns in one problem. This one I can figure out because there's the same type of pig in the problem. So here, I know that Peppa Pig needs to be the same value for both of these, and I can use that to figure out what it would have to be equal to. So there's only one answer that I can think of where that same number times itself equals 36. So I can write 6 times 6 equals 36. In other words, I'm thinking 36 divided into two equal groups. So 36 divided by 2 would give me 6 in each group. Okay, so I now know that Peppa Pig, I'm going to use P to represent that, equals 6. I'm going to make myself a little note so I don't forget. And then here I'm seeing that I have 24 divided by the Freckle Pig equals Peppa Pig. Well, what do I already know? Take a moment and think if you can use this to help you solve this next problem. Yes, we can put this in for this. So now I have 6 where the Peppa Pig is, and I still don't know the Freckle Pig, so I'm going to leave a blank there, and 24. Okay, so now I'm thinking 24 divided by what equals to 6. There's a few different ways that I can solve this. I have to use some flexible thinking skills to be able to think, if I have something divided by something else that equals an answer, how can I figure out what goes in that blank? I feel more confident with multiplication than division, so I'm actually going to work backwards. I know that division and multiplication are like opposites of each other. So if I have 24 divided by something equals 6, then I know that I could rewrite it as 6 times what equals 24. So if you feel more confident with multiplication, this might be easier to think of. I know 6 times 4 gives me 24, so the 4 has to go in this blank. So now we know that the Freckle Pig is equal to 4. I'm going to write that down so I don't lose track of it. And I decided to use the variable f since it's a Freckle Pig. That's kind of helping me remember, but you could use any letter. So now we're going to fill in the things that we found out. So I found out that the Freckle Pig is equal to 4. So now I can write 4 for each Freckle Pig. So my question mark is equal to 8 at the end. I also based the checkpoint question on feedback that I got. On some of your previous checkpoints, I asked you what you wanted to learn more about, and the thing that most people said was division. So here we are. We're going to have a chance to review some division problems. So please write these down in your notebook, and then you'll work on solving them and write the final answer in the checkpoint question for the week. If you would like to spend more time practicing division, then come to Zoom on Monday at 10:30 a.m. We'll have more chances to practice problems like this. Again, I know that a lot of people were saying that they wanted more chances to practice long division. This is a good time to do that. Please remember that these Zoom sessions are optional, and a lot of people are taking time to come to them so that they can get extra practice on their math. That means that if you're choosing to attend Zoom, you need to come ready to learn. And we want to make sure we're not distracting from other people who are there to practice math. So in the future, I'll be giving reminders if someone's not staying on task. I'll give you a reminder, and then I'll ask you to please leave the meeting and come back when you're ready to learn. We also want to really make sure that we're keeping this a positive space. So I'm challenging you all to think about how you can bring out the best in others. This is actually something that my sister shared with me from her workplace. And it's really cool. At her work, they always are thinking about how they can bring out the best in others. And they're actually scored based on this. So at her work, they get something like a grade based on how well they bring out the best in other people. So as we're meeting this week, think about how you can bring out the best in others. So that might mean that you're asking other people questions to give them a chance to share. So asking thoughtful questions like, how did you solve this question? So that other people have a chance to shine and share how they were thinking about the work. We can also bring out the best in others by celebrating other people's success. So if someone figures out a problem, or does a warm-up question, or tries sharing an answer out loud, all of those are moments of success that deserve to be celebrated. Another way to bring out the best in others is by telling people what it is that you appreciate about them. That can spread positivity and help people see that you see the best in them. If we're all able to do this together, it can help us also feel more positive, inclusive, and happy, which is especially important during this time since I know that a lot of people are feeling anxious or stressed or just confused or kind of sad about being stuck at home. So the more that we can spread positivity, the better. I have a few quotes I'm going to leave you with. The first quote says, "Be somebody who makes everybody feel like a somebody." And the second quote says, "We rise by lifting others." I really miss seeing all of you, and I challenge you to think about how you can bring out the best in people around you this week. Bye.